Good morning, children. Welcome to our next class. In today's class, we are going to discuss about natural disasters. What's the meaning of natural disaster? And what are the causes for natural disasters? The different types of natural disasters and how to protect ourselves when any disaster occurs. That's what we are going to learn in today's class, children. First, we'll see what's the meaning of a natural disaster. A natural disaster is a change in nature that causes damage to people, animals, and plants. Okay, among them, so a lot of huge damage occurs, and number of people may die, animals die, and the plants may uproot and they may destroy due to the natural disasters. So, what are those natural disasters, how they occur, and how to protect ourselves? We'll see now. So, see this picture, children. This picture tells us about flood. Flood means overflowing of water. Water overflows in nearby water bodies. How this water is overflowing? How excess water comes to our water bodies. That is because of a heavy rainfall may cause for overflowing of water, and sometimes due to the pollution snow melts. The snow in Himalayas, when it melts, it leads to the excess amount of water. Snow gets melted. When you keep an ice cube outside the refrigerator, after some time it melts and change into like water. You had seen this in water lesson. Same way, due to heavy pollution, we are increasing our vehicles, factories and all. They are releasing carbon dioxide. Due to that, the heavy rainfall is occurring because this pollution, the snow on mountains getting melted, and they are sending the water into the excess water into the water bodies. So those are the causes for floods. Okay, then what we should do? Heavy rainfall and melting snow, these are the causes for overflowing of water bodies. Then how to stop that? What happens when actually water overflows in our nearby water bodies? Buildings, bridges, roads, farms, fields can get damaged in a flood. You can see the picture. Many plants and animals are also vanished away. See how the houses are drowning in water, and see the big trees up to where the water level came, you can see in this picture. So by this picture you can understand how it collapsed the human life, how dangerous the situation when flood occurs. The dirty water from the flood mixes with the clean water. All the pipes, water pipes are there in the ground. So this heavy water, when it flows, this heavy water may mix up in the clean water and also causes for illness and causes for many diseases. Then what to do? How to face these situations? What we are supposed to do is we should move to the higher floors. So apartments and all in high floors will be no. So we should, if the situation is a flood situation, people should move to higher floors or high areas. Near your areas, if any higher areas are there, like any hill or mountain, so such higher places people should move. And we must try to drink only the clean water, boiled water, to avoid getting illness from the waterborne diseases. So these are the precautions we can take when flood occurs, children. Now once we'll see what are the questions he is asking related to the flood in page number 41, in page number 40 from your volume book, children. Here also a paragraph is given about floods. Actually this is from history. What happened in June 2013, the flood in Uttarakhand killed more than 1,000 people and left about 70,000 people without a home. So, what happened actually there in Uttarakhand floods 2013? Clearly, he explained the situation of Uttarakhand children in this paragraph. So, you go through the paragraph and understand what happens, how the situation will be at the time of floods, and how to rescue the people, how to save the people is clearly given. So based on this only he is asking you questions, children. Write two causes for floods. You understood just now. Heavy rainfall and snow melting are the two causes for floods. And write what should one do when they hear a flood warning. The government will make the people alert and they'll predict before only if the floods are going to happen. Then as soon as the announcement come from the government, sometimes government will make some arrangements to shift the people from the flooded areas, expecting flood areas, to the safer places. They will make the people to move. Whenever they say people should must listen to the government and they should cooperate with them, and better to move to the safer places where they are providing the shelter. Yes, so that's what you need to write here in this table. And during a flood, what one should do, that means they should move to the higher places. And write one way in which we can prevent the floods from occurring. What to do? How can we make sure that the floods should not occur? And you know that we should not pollute the air. That is the only thing we can do. And it's possible only by planting more saplings. So when trees are there, they will take this pollution and they'll release us fresh air. So plant at least one sapling and take care of it. And also don't use vehicles for short distances. When we do these small things, we can protect our earth from the natural disasters. Yes, children. Now we'll see the other condition or the other natural disaster which destroy the human life. That is drought. A drought means no rainfall for a long time. So such situation is known as drought. The land appears like very dry and we cannot grow crops in such lands, and people will suffer for drinking water, animals may die, and plants cannot grow in these drought conditions. So these are all occurring because when there is no a river, there is no rainfall for long time. Why we won't get the rains for long time? Because when there is no plants, when there are no trees, we couldn't get the rains at all, because the water should get evaporate and then they form the clouds and then they come back to the ground again. This all you learnt in water cycle lesson, no? So in drought conditions, when the trees and plants are not there, mostly the droughts occur. Drought happen when there is no rainfall for long time. When the source of water sources like wells, tube wells, rivers, when they dry up also, droughts occur. The main reason for drought is cutting down of trees. When trees are not there, we won't get the rainfall. The trees' leaves are releasing the water outside, and they are also helping to bring us rains. The land becomes, see this picture, the land dries up completely. No plants at all here. Animals died, and we won't get food. And sometimes people may die because of hunger. Yes, such a horrible situation. So, what one should do to avoid these situations? For this also, the only solution is people should take care of the plants. When we are taking care of plants, plants can take care of us. Right? So, one more paragraph, one more live example is given for you children about droughts in page 41. The drought in Maharashtra is causing farmers to cut their crops and dig deeper in search of water. Little rainfall is the main cause for drought. Too much of cutting trees is also one of the main reasons. So to avoid all this, what we must do? We should plant more trees. When there is drought, villages people are leaving the villages and shifting to the cities because when there are no rains, people cannot grow the crops there and they won't get their livelihood. That's why they are shifting to the cities. This condition compulsory should change. That's in our hands. By planting more and more trees, we can stop these disasters. So the same questions are given here, children. Write two effects of drought. You know very well, we cannot grow the crops, plants, animals may die. And what can people affected by drought do? What they'll do? Generally, when drought occurred, people are shifting to the cities. They won't get the food. People are falling sick, and some are dying because of hunger. And they are leaving their villages and moving to the towns in search of water, in search of food, they are moving. So this is the condition when drought occur. We are able to see in many pictures, movies they are showing. What can one do to prevent the droughts from occurring? How we should stop this type of natural disasters means the only way is by planting more and more saplings. Every child should take care of at least one sapling so that we can save our nature and we can some sort of natural disasters can get stopped. Understood, children? Now we will see the other type of natural disaster, that's the earthquake. Earthquake is caused when surface deep below the earth. This is the surface what we are seeing. Under this earth, under the layers of the earth, some adjustment takes place and below the earth some shaking occurs either up and down or side to side like that. When the earth is getting adjusting like that, some cracks appears. That's only called as earthquake. When earthquakes occurs, the buildings get damaged, the roads get damaged, and lands may get cracks in the middle. The buildings collapses. When the buildings collapsed, people also may get hurt badly and they may stuck up in between the building materials. Sometimes they may die when the huge building materials fall on them, they may die. So serious situation occurs when an earthquake comes. So what we must do when earthquake occurs, as possible as we should try to be outside in open area, better to be. If there is no chance to be in the open area, It's better to hide under a table or chair, wooden chair or table, so that the heavy objects may not fall on us and we will somewhat can be safe. Understood? Now see in your volume book, page 42, here also one more story given. Not the story, actually these are the real incidents happened in our country or our neighboring countries. This paragraph or this newsletter from September 2011. Recently, these all the incidents after 2000 only. The flood which occurred in June 2013 and drought we observed in Maharashtra March 2013 and earthquake in 2011 September. Strong tremors were felt across north and south, north and east India. After an earthquake in Sikkim on Sunday evening at 6:10, the earthquake was also felt in Bangladesh and Nepal for over a minute. Roads were blocked and the power supply and the mobile phone network was damaged in the northeast just after the earthquake. So people were scared and came running out of their houses. So after they felt the earth shaking, then windows broke in many buildings in Gauhati. Many buildings also developed cracks, and around hundreds of people lost their lives, and many more were hurt. So there is a continuous movement like this. So serious situation occurs when an earthquake occurred. So here he is asking you to write two effects of an earthquake. What effects we can see? People will die, building collapses, and some people may get hurt. They injured very badly. They may injure very badly. These are the situations occur when an earthquake comes. Right? What should people do during the earthquake? During the earthquake, as I said, they should try to hide under a wooden table or a wooden chair. After an earthquake, they should go to the rehabilitation centers which was established by the government. So there they must go and should take the help of government to re-back to the normal life. How is an earthquake different from a drought? Earthquake is adjustments inside the earth, and drought is dry weather and without rainfall for longer time. Understood, children? So these are the questions you complete from page number 42. Now the last one is last natural disaster which is very dangerous. That's the tsunami. Tsunami is horrible and very dangerous, very harmful, more than other all the disasters. And these tsunamis are giant, very big waves that crash on the land from the sea. So when inside the sea, when earthquake occurs, that's cause for the tsunami. So when tsunamis comes, a big water waves will come and hit the land. They are caused by earthquakes in oceans and seas. Just now I told you the water makes a big waves. When you go to Wonderla or Water World parks, when we go, we all will play in the water waves. But those waves are very small waves and we are enjoying. But when it occurs by naturally,